Good day, ma'am. This is Magan Leong from Class 1B. For my Viva Voce practice, the question I'm presenting is on the topic Simple Equations in One Unknown. I'm doing question 9 and the question has 3 parts. Let's take a look at it. A car and a van are both driven from A to B. The car uses 1 liter of petrol for every 10 km it is driven. Uses X liters of petrol during the journey from A to B. Expressed in terms of X, the distance between A and B. Since 10 km is driven with every liter of petrol used, and that the amount of petrol used was X liters, we can find the distance by multiplying X and 10, and that will give us the answer of 10x km. Let's look at part B. The van uses 1 liter of petrol for every 8 km is driven. Expressed in terms of X, the number of liters used on the journey from A to B. Now that we know the distance from A to B is 10x, and that the van uses 1 liter of petrol for every 8 km driven, we can find the amount of petrol by dividing 10x and 8, and that will give us 10 over 8, 10x over 8. And we can simplify this to 1 and 1/4 x. Let's look at part C. Given that the van uses 3 liters more than the car uses, calculate the distance from A to B. Now that we know the difference in petrol between the car and the van is 3 liters, we can subtract 1 and 1/4 x and x, and that will give us 1/4 x equals to 3. To find x, we can multiply 3 and 4, and that will give us x equals to 12. Since it is mentioned in part A that the car uses 1 liter of petrol for every 10 km it is driven, we can find the distance between A and B by multiplying 12 and 10, and that will give us 120 km.